many of you have ever sat down somewhere, maybe it's here at school or a park at the mall, and just sat and watched people? I'm sure, yeah, all of you guys have. You know, it's a thing. It's called people watching. So I believe it's Yogi Bear, but it might be a misprint because it says Yogi Berra. But Yogi Bear once said, you can observe a lot by just watching. And I agree with this because I'm an avid people watcher, kind of consider it a hobby. But while people watching, I try not to be too judgmental and just judge them right off the bat. And I really try and see like who they really are, and you know, like just try and see the person that they are. So when I people watch, I honestly do try not to judge. You know, like it's really easy as people, and as a girl especially, to just look at people and be like, oh my gosh, like why are they wearing that? Like, are you kidding me? And I'm sure like some of you are looking at me right now like, oh my god, her hair's a fro, she should have done something, she shouldn't have worn that. You know, it's human nature. But when you're sitting out somewhere and you see a girl like up with her hair in a bun, she's wearing a big old sweater, and she's on her phone, you may think like, oh my gosh, she looks like a bum. Like, are you kidding me? Why is she doing that? She's probably like lazy, she doesn't really care about school. But that's not really fair because you don't really know this person. You know, so it's just really easy to judge, and we really shouldn't try. We should try and like really focus in on who they are. We should see the bun and the big sweater and say, you know what, like maybe she was running really late, maybe she was coming from work, maybe she has a kid, maybe she's taking care of like her parents or her younger siblings or something, you know, like it's not fair to judge someone just off of our first impression of them. So I know when I'm sitting there and I'm watching someone, like if I see an older person, like an older man or an older woman eating alone, initially I get kind of sad, like, oh my gosh, look at them, they're so alone. But then when I really look, you know, maybe you see like, oh, they're happy being there alone, you know, like maybe they have like a lot of great stories like that they would like to tell someone, or they're just like happy just being there with their cup of coffee and seeing a newspaper, you know. You don't really know what a person is like until you really like try and talk to them. So like you should really try and just sit there and try and see who the person really is, whether they're a good student, they're a good mom, they're an awesome grandparent, you know, like we just shouldn't judge right off the bat. So like Yogi Bear once said, what did he say? You can observe a lot by just watching. So next time you guys try and people watch, just remember, you know, try not to be too judgmental and really see who the person is. Really? Oh.
Yogi Bear Hall of Famer.
Well, now it says Bear, and it sounds like Yogi Bear, you know, like the cartoon. Now I know. I was like, oh, cool, like a bear is like a cartoon bear saying something insightful. I'm so repetitive. I'm still getting so excited for this. Like, I think I'm gonna take in like, remember when the strings happened?
All right, the rhetorical question survey at the beginning is fine. Your point of view is pretty clearly stated. You've got a good theme that you're talking about. I think you could use a little bit more preview and structure, but we know generally where you're headed. I like the examples that you came up with. Of course, I was thinking Yogi Berra, not Yogi Bear. And I thought that you focused on the quote, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. And I thought you had a couple of good illustrations to talk about. So structurally, I think things are okay. I think your voice is energetic. There's good variety there. I think that helps the presentation quite a bit. The pacing is also very successful. The gestures, that's one place where there might be a little indication of anxiety. You have a tendency to twirl your ring while you're speaking. You know, you're moving it around and around on your fingers, and sometimes it's a little bit extra nervous movement with the fingers while you're gesturing. So instead of being engaged, sometimes it looks like it's a little frantic. Your facial expressions, though, on the other hand, seemed quite animated. Your eye contact with the audience is solid, but you do seem a little bit stiff because the eye contact is mostly your eyes. You know, you're not changing the orientation of your body. You barely move your head when you're speaking. It's you know, I'm kind of up there and I'm looking at everybody with my face while I'm doing that. And your face is animated, but you don't look relaxed while you're talking to people. You don't look like you're engaging them. So I think that that's maybe one place that it'll be easy for you to fix something. All right, and I thought that you had like I said, a good energy and a good engagement with the audience. They seem to respond to things that you were saying, and you seem to be responding to their response, which is nice. And I thought that you had a pretty solid exit there. All right, thank you.